Welcome to Qigong. Thank you for joining me. So this evening we're going to do a classic sequence, 5-element flow classic class. And the Taoists saw our body as a microcosm of the macrocosm of the universe. So if we look at the map of our internal universe, we're looking at the 5-element relationships, and 5 elements within us will be mirroring nature. So when you talk of the 5 elements, we're thinking about the heart, which is the fire element, which is the sun. We're thinking of liver, which is the wood, which is the spring and growth. We're thinking of the kidneys, which is the water. We're thinking of the spleen, which is the earth, and the lungs, which is the metal. So as we're working with the 5-element flow, we're connecting with those elements outside of nature at the same time. But before we start our sequence, let's just prepare the body before we go into it. And we'll prepare it by first doing a bit of breathing. So when we breathe, we're bringing oxygen, more oxygen, and every single cell in the body needs oxygen. So we enliven the body with that beautiful breath qi when we start off. So let's start off with hands. So it's called tiger mouth, where you stretch a space between the thumb and the first finger, just under your last ribs. Tai Chi Qigong posture, so root your feet down. Drop your tailbone a little, lengthening your lumbar spine, soft ankles, soft knees. Lengthen your spine up as you tuck your chin in, so your cervical spine rises up and you create a beautiful song or expansion in the spine. And a bit of space at your groin here. And we have already opened our axilla, so that's great. So push in a little bit. So when you breathe in, you've got a resistance to push out against as you flatten the diaphragm. And as you breathe in, allow your hands just to return as the diaphragm rises up and your waist gets narrower. Breathing in through the nose. Let's breathe in for 4 seconds. And breathe out through the nose. So for 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out 4, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, pushing the hands outwards. Breathe out, relaxing, following the breath in. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And breathing in and out through the nose is actually called tiger breath. So it makes a bit of sound. And it helps to strengthen the nasal passages. And when you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, the body excretes nitric oxide, which is an antibiotic and an antiviral. So any air coming through the nose, you're going to get protected from whatever lurgies are wanting to come in and attack your defenses. So as the diaphragm goes down, it's going outwards, but it's also going forwards, and it's also going backwards. So pop your hand just below your belly button, just over your belly button, and as you breathe in, let the belly expand, and as you breathe out, let the belly go back towards the spine. Don't force it to go back. The active part of your breathing is the in-breath. 3, 4, and softly relax, breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Now let's breathe in for 4, and breathe out for 6. In for 4. And out for 6. So as we carry on, as we lengthen the exhale, we put our body into the parasympathetic mode, which is the rest and digest mode of the autonomic nervous system, or the tend and befriend mode. and relax. Good. So we've got a bit more oxygen to circulate as we do our stretching and our flows. Let's clear out any old thoughts, emotions, stiffness in the body. And we're going to drop and turn. So pop your hands up at the shoulders and just let them flop down. Flop down. Bend your knees as you do that. Flop down. When we're clearing, our clearing breath is in through the nose and out through the mouth. And to exaggerate that clearing, we're going to turn the body as we breathe out. So that's breath in. Just let go. Whatever you need to let go, just let it go down to the ground. It can be composted. And any tension in the shoulders, the neck between the shoulder blades. This is a beautiful exercise to relax that part of your body as well. And relax. Good. And shake it out a little bit. Before we go into our flows, let's just warm up your hands. So we've got 6 different meridians, either beginning the tips of the fingers or ending the tips of the fingers. And the other very, very important acupuncture point we've got in the hands is Laogong in the center of the palm. And Laogong means palace of work. And we can all relate to that. And when we're pushing and feeling energy, a lot of that energy is going to be coming through Laogong point. And we actually have magnetically activated cells in the palms of the hands. So this is probably why we can build up a lot of biomagnetism with the hands. So just rubbing up the arms to the elbows, just activating the meridians before we start. And dry washing the hands. Good, and relax. Okie doke. So let's start our 5-element flow. Start from a easy Qigong posture. Just settle yourself down, close your eyes for a second. Notice how you feel. How does your body feel? Physical body. Where's your breath? Might already be dropping a little bit, having done a bit of exercise. How's your emotional body? Calm. A little bit agitated. Just notice where you are. No judgment, just notice it. And how's your mind? Okay. So the first of the 5 elements is for the lungs. And the element we're looking at there is the metal element. So our form is going to be soaring crane. So we're going to start with our hands facing the earth, and we're going to, from just in front of the level of the boobs here, or the heart, we're going to face in the ground, allow our wings to spread out. And as you spread out, don't go behind the level of your shoulders. Otherwise, we cramp the back too much, bring the shoulder blades too close together. So allow this to be a soft flowing. So we've come from straight knees to bending down a little bit, floating out, and then flying out to the side. As we come in, the thumb and the first finger come together. And as you bring your wings in, allow your head to drop, your shoulder blades to make space in the back and sink your breastbone back. And then from the recoil of that, you can just float out again. So imagine you're this great big flying, soaring crane. And there's hardly any muscular effort in this because you fly just by your recoil. So as you stretch out, the body recoils back in, and then the springiness of that close of the recoil just takes you out again. Closing your finger and thumb as you come in, opening them as you fly out. So, in breath as you open the chest, out breath as you come down. Through the nose, in and out if you can. If you want to, you could close your eyes when you do this and just imagine that you're flying over maybe the sea or the lakes, high in the mountain, wherever you want to fly. Just have a sense of what it feels like to fly. Engaging with the metal element, with the lungs. It's always a lightening up process. Giving us a wider vision on things in life. Levitas as opposed to gravitas. We needed a bit of levitas every now and again. And now slowly your arms or your wings are going to come down a little bit lower down as you're coming in towards landing. And from the lung perspective, this is very nice because you're stretching through the bottom of the lungs now. And the bottom of the lungs have a very rich blood supply. So when we're working into those bottom lobes of the lungs, we're getting a great oxygen catch to circulate around the rest of the body. And as we finish, just bring your hands up in front of the lungs. And the strengthening color for the lungs is a pearly white. So just imagine a pearly white color, maybe even emanating from those Lagong points in your hand into the lungs. So strengthening the lungs with a pearly white. Just feel where your lungs are. Your lungs are 3D. They're behind the front of the ribs. They're inside the side ribs. And then front of the back of the ribs and the shoulder blades. Coming right up above your clavicles, a couple of centimeters, and right down to about the second lumbar vertebra. And drop your hands down slowly. Right, the second element is the element of the water, which is related to the kidneys. So just open your legs a little bit here. And we're going to do a flow called Zen circle. So two hands, one hand comes behind your Ming Min, that's behind your kidneys here, not touching, just a little bit behind. The other hand's going to come in front of your forehead. And we're going to circle down, drop down, bending at the waist as if you're going to draw your hand through some beautiful clear water. And as you come up, feel that clear water, clear, cool water, just cooling your forehead, and your mind is becoming crystal clear. Imagine on a hot day when you've been walking in the mountain and you get some water, put your hand into an icy cold mountain pool and just cool your head with it, or a little mountain stream. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you go down. In and out through the nose. Kidney is very important in growth and reproduction of the body. Kidney is very important with the water metabolism in the body. And in a kind of 5 elements spirit level, it's very important for the strength of your will. And now just make a circle without bending down, circle smaller. So flowing movements are really effortless. It's almost as if you flow on the energy of the breath. becoming smaller, 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 and hand back just in front of the navel, and then lift up again. And now we're going to swap. One hand behind the back, the other one on the forehead, and down you go to the other side. Out breath, coming in with the in-breath. I have to get a little bit more space. My arms are really long here. Breathing in, breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. You could imagine that as you go down and your hand trails through the water, that cool water energy comes down your arm, through the spine, and all the way down to nourish your kidneys as it reaches further down. In. No, not hinging from the waist, just a smaller circle. And bring your hand to rest in the front. And in that position, just visualize your kidneys. Your kidneys are in front of the lower ribs, one on each side. And the Taoists called the different solid organs in the body the jewels of the body. So they each had a color which strengthened them. So the color for the kidneys is a bright blue. Maybe just close your eyes, visualize where your kidneys are, and have a sense that you're bathing your kidneys in a bright, shiny blue color, enlivening the kidneys, strengthening the kidneys. And drop your arms. Just notice how you're feeling. The next one is going to be the wood element. The wood element relates to the liver, relates to the season of spring, a time of growth. And the flow we're going to do is called repulse monkey. So monkey's mind's always chattering, chattering, chattering. And the liver, it gets a little bit, goes into a little bit of a downward slide if we're always thinking the same thing over and over again, but usually it's a frustration that we're thinking about or something that we don't like, or, So we want to clear that. So hand in front, a hand behind, arm stretched arm there. So the back hand is going to come past your face, and then as if it's gliding down. If you had a beautiful kimono, feel that you're just stroking that beautiful silken cloth as you come down, and as you reach your fingers, then you change hands. Looking at the back hand as it comes past your head, watching your hand as it goes all the way down, as it gets to your fingers, change position there. So breathe in, breathe out as you come down, and you're clearing that chatter of your monkey mind. Breathe in clarity and creativeness. Liver, very often we just need to clear inappropriate anger, inappropriate frustration. And when we do that, we become much more generous and we become much more creative, and our minds are clearer. So the Taoists talk a lot about monkey mind of the liver, and also monkey mind in the heart as well. So breathing in as you open up, breathing out as you clear. Breathing in. Feel your body expanding into nature. So Taoists kind of spoke about the earth below, yin, and the sky above, yang, and man in between. And man is represented then reaching into nature, nature being the trees and the mountains and the tortoises and the birds and the animals. So when we can really be in nature, then nature is in us. And sometimes our monkey mind is so busy that we don't even notice the nature. Sure, we've all walked with friends on a beautiful mountain along the beach, and their monkey mind has been so busy that they haven't even seen the birds and the shells and the waves. They've just been chatting about some issue that they're dealing with the whole time. So I need to do a little bit of repulse monkey. So this is for the liver. Where is your liver? Your liver is down on the right side of the body, just behind the last rib. So let's face our hands towards the liver. Close your eyes and imagine the liver, the color of the liver, the jewel of the liver is a bright green color. Imagine bright green streaming towards the liver from your hands. Qigong involves a lot of visualization. Our brain loves stories, loves images. You must be feeling already a little bit of buzzing in your hands from the work you've been doing. And slowly drop your hands down. Right, the fourth element is the heart, and that is representing the fire element, the sun. And the flow we're going to do is Fair Lady works the shuttle. So it's a little bit tricky, but let's start with one elbow up and your middle finger pointed towards that elbow. Why are we doing this? Because the heart meridian's running down the inside of the arm, and the pericardium meridian is at the end of the finger there. So we've got the heart and its protection, the pericardium. So we're going to shift your weight. So shift your weight, turn. Now this bottom hand, if you just think the bottom hand becomes the top hand over your brow like protection, and the other hand pushes through. So Fair Lady works the shuttle. Elbow bent, middle finger towards the elbow. Shift your weight, turn. Bottom hand becomes the top hand in front of your forehead. The outer hand pushes through. Now you're probably weaving silk. Change over. Whoa. There we go. Push forwards. Come down. Bottom hand becomes top hand. Push forwards. Come back. Bottom hand becomes, no. Bottom hand, let's do this. Okay, got it wrong myself, talking too much. Okay, so the hand that's going to go up is going to be on the same side that you go to, all right? And it's going to be the bottom hand. So bottom hand is taking us up as we push forwards. We're now going to the other side. So same side hand is bottom, comes up the forehead, push through. So bottom hand, it's got to come up. So it must be on the side we're going towards, push through. Bottom hand is coming, push through. This is one you need to do a couple of times. And if you do it without thinking, you usually find if you overthink, then you lose it. Let's do one or two more, over you go. Fair Lady works the shuttle. Very, very ancient practice. Part of Tai Chi as well, it would be part of a martial arts movement as well, if you think about protection and pushing. So part of Tai Chi, which is a martial art. And come back and to your heart. Where's your heart? Heart's on the right-hand side. So holding your hands just in front of your heart. The color of the heart is red. That beautiful orange red glow that you get in the fire, in the embers of the fire at night. Think of a campfire out in the forest or the beach. And that's the color you want your heart to be. Just emanating this beautiful warm glow so that you have self-compassion and also compassion for others, and you're able to relate to the world around you. So closing your eyes and just sending that beautiful orange glow to your heart, warming your heart up. Notice if you feel a bit of heat or a little bit of buzzing there, a bit of chi going there. And slowly coming down. So the last of the 5 elements is going to be the earth element, which is represented by the spleen. This is the element that really grounds us in our thinking and grounds us in our belonging to the earth. And you can pop 2 hands, one hand just below the navel and one just above. And it's called pebble in the pond. Now we do a double pebble in the pond, but today we're doing a single pebble in the pond. So the top hand is facing the ground. We're going to turn and we're going to, as if we're stroking the ripples that have come from the pebble dropping into the pond, and then we come underneath, and then the opposite hand goes around, and feeling the ripples in the water and coming back. Going to the opposite side, tracing the ripples in the water. Imagine that you're a child and you're fascinated by the patterns in the water. And so every time you come up and you drop another pebble in. So it's as if we're feeling the gravity that's coming up from the earth. Because gravity is biomagnetic energy that we know affects us. That's why we're standing with our feet down on the earth. Go to the moon, it's going to be very different. Grass coming up. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in as you come up, breathe out. Start using your knees here a little bit, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Noticing how we're using loads of spiral movements as we flow. Coming up, and hands in front of the spleen, spleen below the stomach on the left-hand side of the body. Close your eyes. And the color of the spleen jewel is brilliant yellow. Imagine brilliant yellow emanating from your hands, going to the spleen, powering the spleen up. Spleen is very important for manufacture of blood. Also works very closely with the stomach. Transformation of food and transport of food in your body. Earth element energy reaches its peak in summer. Actually, in the Indian summer. Notice again if you feel any buzzing, slight warmth in your hands. And relax down. And now we finish with pulling down the heavens in the 6 directions. So lifting your arms up to face the sky, stars, the universe, dropping your tailbone, spine long, tuck your chin in, feel your spine is long, and feel the space on either side of you, going out for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Space between your shoulder blades, open your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, and then feel the space in front of you and behind you. Turn your head as you do that. This is 3 and 4, 6 directions, 5, coming up, reaching up towards the stars, opening up through your shoulders, dropping your tailbone, getting song into your spine, and coming down to 6 as you float your hands down in the air, coming down towards the earth and gravity. Breathing in, opening up. Your body softening both lengthwise, vertically and horizontally. Turn to the opposite side, open up. Open wrists, fingers, elbows, shoulders. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. And hands come up to the sky and turn. Reaching right up to the stars, feet rooted in the ground. Being that conduit between the heavens and the earth there, and slowly coming down, breathing out. Letting your hands fold one over the other just below the navel. Bring your feet a little bit close together and just close your eyes for a couple of seconds and observe your body. Notice how your balance changes from one foot to the other. Notice the breeze on your skin, if you have a breeze. I think most of us outside today, or just the temperature of the air. And notice the sounds in your environment. If it's very quiet on the outside, you might notice your breath or your heartbeat. And just send a little gratitude to all those 5 elements in your body. Your lungs, breathing, kidneys for all that water filtration, your liver does about 800 different functions. A lot of cleaning of the body, a lot of storage of blood, metabolizing sugar. Spleen, also huge storage place for blood and very important for the immunity of your body. Your heart for beating every second of the day. Cardiovascular system depends on your heart. And your heart for being involved in life with other people, animals, warmth and compassion. Just take 1 or 2 nice deep breaths. Drop your arms. And open your eyes. Good, and just let your feet walk up and down a few times. Feel yourself coming back to wherever you are, from wherever you've been. And thank you for doing the 5 element sequence with us this evening.